Greetings and welcome into Ankh Plays. We are starting Incident 8 in our continuing series called the Divine Pryde, which follows the Felonian people through a galaxy far away as they continue their efforts to forge their own path in this galaxy amidst quite a bit of turmoil. Now, this is taking place in a very recently launched Shadows of the Shroud expansion pack for Stellaris, and I'm really glad to have you aboard today. I thought this was a really cool space scene here. It's one of our newest colonies that has been established. The Polkor colony. And this is an Arctic world, so it's rather unfriendly. We are low on amenities. We're building a Psi Core. That's going to help with the crime. And then I think after that, we need to jump in and build some luxury residences, which will help with the amenities. That's usually my go-to. All right, so we're capped on astral threads, which is a note that we'll need to do here. But let's talk a little bit about what happened in Incident 7. As we zoom out here and take a look at this entire system. So after 21 years of ruling, Sakatarum 1 has passed, and Lyfra's 1 has taken over as the High Thearch, and Guldram has replaced him as the Minister of Defense. And his heir is around here somewhere, kicking around on one of the planets as a local governor, I think. Actually, no. I'm incorrect about that. He is in control of one of the big fleets, Gestith, the Crown Prince. He is in control of the flagship force of the 4th Felonian Defense Force, which has been recently outfitted with disruptors. And if we go find these guys, they're hanging out right here in the Wegmore system, right next to these two hyperlanes. And the reason that we might want to do that is because down here in Panasu, there is a neutral fleet that is quite powerful. They're neutral right now, but they're soon to be hostile. As we expect a war incoming with our southern neighbors, the Penurians, once again. The previous war subsided with them losing some territory, specifically the Nizraz system. We had conquered a few systems here, but then weren't able to... the war exhaustion had just gotten too great. So we're hoping to head some of that off at the pass in this particular instance, and maybe get ahead of them, ahead of their early aggression, so that they're not disrupting all of our supplies and whatnot here in our main sectors. And the Wigmore sector has been expanded. Sudeton is a little bit smaller now. And then we've got these far reaches out here where there's 2 new colonies. One of them is in the process of being built, Uboglilit. And then we're actually kind of looking around here for potential additional habitable worlds, which are going to change the way that we play. Oh man, it would be really nice. I think one of the things that we're hoping for, at least in this particular war, is that if the Penurian nation decides that it's going to go aggressive, and this goes hot again, and it undoubtedly will, you can see that they are fiercely hostile to us. The truce expires very, very soon. Less than a month. I almost expect them to to return to immediate hostilities. There's going to be another war declared, and at that point, we'll probably go through and claim a bunch of their systems and try and wipe out as many of their colonies as possible, integrating them into our holdings, and severely reduce their ability to wage war in the future. The previous 2 wars, they've come up with just basically one large fleet like this, a joint expeditionary fleet. I don't have any intel on these ships, but there are some destroyers and quite a few frigates. So this is a sizable fleet, and we're going to need to handle it very carefully. That's the expectation. 2 new colonies, I mentioned that. We've met a few new empires in the galaxy, which is great because kind of needs some friends. The Myron State has good relations with us, even though we have a Casus Belli against them. There are Casus Belli targets for everybody right now. We do have an envoy improving relations, but we don't really know. They're arthropoidal, and we have a couple of new species that we might be opening up to very soon, which would help. Perhaps we can establish a federation that's going to help us in our Shroud, or in our Shroud interactions with the Cradle of Souls. Let's see, there's another one here too, another Daleth. Looks like some bird people. So there's some hope on the horizon, and perhaps, you know, we can maybe even claim some habitable worlds down here. And I don't know if there's colonies on these worlds, but potentially habitable worlds, 2 of them here. There's a lot of territory ripe for the taking in the Panarian nation, and I think we'll use this opportunity of the expected war to come as the chance that we need to take that territory. It'll be insanely good for the Empire if we can stabilize it. We finished Psionic Transcendence and transformed into a Transcendent Imperium as a government, which doesn't really change too much about the Divine Pryde and the way that it looks. But we do have the build speed and influence claim cost down for the military buildup agenda, which would be nice. So that's where everything stands. We have an insane amount of work with all this territory that we've claimed to improve some of the resources in it. And yeah, so let's get to it. We have 586 of these guys. So let's reinforce this fleet of destroyers. We'll get 2 of them. And we've got this Void Worm kind of just traversing around. They come out of Larkin Singularity. That's the color that signifies the change in truce.
We must defend our spaceport.
Can I see anything in here? A little bit. Oh, interesting. They're moving away. Our head of research is leveled up. He's surveying right now. Let's take statistician. And we've got a first contact event. Oh. on
An
screen.
alien empire is reaching out to us.
Well, here we go. The Yivzorak Council, a theocratic republic, spiritual seekers. They're pacifist and fanatic spiritualists. They're very similar to us. I bring greetings from the Reverend Elder Ripikulu, the elected leader of the Yivzorak Council. We believe in the right of all sapient beings to fulfill their individual spiritual needs and hope you share the same sentiment. Yeah, praise the divine for this meeting. We need to do... I totally forgot. Not claims. We'll get to claims. We may as well just do this. That's going to give us some physics research, because we're capped on astral threads. Keep an eye on the fleet in Panusu. And let's see. Okay. Should have a... Oh, he stopped. Oh, that's because there's a... That's because this void worm is hanging out. Space amoeba. I don't really have any way to deal with that. Oh, hey, there's a Zhro. That's cool. Okay. Okay, this guy's working on that. Let's have him stop in the Annex Maw. I don't know where I want to position these guys. It really is going to depend on where that Doom stack comes in. More aliens?
Empire is reaching out to us.
A constitutional dictatorship, harmonious collective of the next Combine. Fanatic authoritarianism, stratified economy and living standards can enslave aliens, must have okay, blah blah blah. That's weird. Fanatic authoritarian with a xenophile. Okay. I speak on behalf of the next Combine, and I bring you greetings. Our great leader, Executor Sofont F-22, is pleased to have made contact with your unique species, and we look forward to an exchange of culture and ideas. I wish I could respond a little bit more kindly, but that's fine for now.
Relaying transmission.
Establish embassy. Yivzorak wants to establish an embassy. Perfect. We're starting to meet. Yeah, we need to do some diplomacy here. So we'll improve relations. They're open for us establishing an embassy. I don't really want to form a non-aggression pact with them. That's good for now. Spiritual seekers. Cordial. Let's... I only have one more of these guys. One more envoy. Maybe I don't use it on these guys just yet. Let's go back here. And do I have an envoy here? Oh, we do. Okay. They're open to establishing an embassy. Great. Yeah, okay. We want to get a federation going. I think that's the other goal of... Sorry, I bumped the table. That's the other goal here, is to get a federation going. Ear calls are annoying, but the weird bird brains here. Let's improve relations. How do I tell how much trust that I have? Okay, we have 0 trust with them. We just met them, of course. 0 trust. Let's offer them a trade deal too. I don't think they need food, but let's just see. Do you guys want some food? Well, they have some use for it. And we can afford to give some away, so... Sweet. Let's take a look at the galaxy and see where all of these guys are at. That's a caravanserai. That's the Fallen Empire. The next Combine is here. The Mirren State is here. And the Yvzurek Council is here. Okay. So the Avarian Vestige, the Mirren State, and the Yvzurek Council. Now, what's the Avarian Vestige? Oh, this is the other Fallen Empire, isn't it? Yeah. So another bird brain. Cool. Okay. So the Combine is here. It's a big storm rolling through there. I don't know how we saw that. It's a long ways away. All right, well, we're trying to improve. Low awareness, they're going to go to high awareness. These guys are we're gonna have to integrate them. Sort by planet, so they have 6 planets, like we do. Superior technology to us. 0 trust. Alright, well. Nothing remains to be seen. It remains to be seen how this is going to go.
Council agenda available.
Okay, so we've got the F-22. The next Combine is good. Oops. Improving relations. Let's take a look at how all these guys are fighting with one another here. We'll give it a couple more days. I'm actually surprised that the Prenarians have not made their move yet. It's been almost 5 months. Evolving Society is no longer on cooldown. Launch the military buildup. And what do we have? Yeah, Mind Over Matter, I guess, is where it's at. Uncover Secrets is about ready to break down. But Claim Influence and War Exhaustion minus 20%. This will give us the edge that we need, hopefully. Okay, you take our food. Yeah, I would think so. Operation. Lean into the xenophilic attitudes of the Mirren State, making it seem as though the Prenarian nation are actively exploiting their friendly demeanor. We plan to suggest that the Prenarian nation have been spreading false rumors and otherwise sabotaging attempts by the Mirren State to engage in first contact back when they first joined the galactic stage. This is awful. Okay. Looks like we got our science ship blown away. Been missing in action. Oh. What is going on here? Science ship missing. Contact has been lost with the science ship while investigating a strange asteroid in Lyra. We are detecting weak emergency signals from their last known location and should investigate it further if we intend to recover the missing vessel. Yes, this is bad. This has probably got a situation attached to it. Can we capture it? We don't have the gravity snares technology. And we need 1,000 combat power fleet. Ugh. Okay. Do we have another science ship in the area? It seems like no. Oh, well, this is our border. This is the next combine. Oh, interesting. So they've like spread all the way out here and are bordering with the Panarians. Okay, that makes this very interesting because we won't be able to move out that direction. Why can I not? Oh, it's because of this guy. Alright, well, we have an open council. Oh no, our head of research. He was on that vessel. Oh, that's awful. Huh. Okay, well. Not really a good choice in that particular situation. We do need to bring another scientist in. Although I don't relish the idea of spending 100 Unity right now. Missing in action. Yep. Okay, where did that fleet go? No idea. Void worms are ripping through tier. Seeking spacemen. The inhabitants of the astral planet have begun actively searching for signs of intelligent life beyond their world as they prepare to boldly go where many have already gone. It may be time for us to reassess our first contact proposals in preparation for a new addition to a wider galactic community. Quake with fear, you tiny fools. Not before. But that is something to look at. First contact protocol is proactive. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Groovy. Okay. I don't know if we're going to get this science ship out of here. But I guess we'll find out.
Station threatened.
Oh my gosh. Why don't you go down here and fight with the space amoeba? Can you do that? Please? Go to Boone. Oh my goodness. We're gonna try and switcheroo on this guy. Although I don't I don't think we made it.
Hostiles.
Yeah, we're gonna go back that way. Darn it. Another science ship goes missing. Great. Stupid void worms.
Station.
Drifting fleet. A small fleet of derelict Grolferp warships was recently discovered in the Owaprinda system, not far from the territory of the Grolferp raiders. Computer logs of the ships indicate the crews fled into our space to escape some kind of clan feud. Unfortunately for them, they brought a few supplies and soon starved to death. The ships have been adrift ever since. Our engineers have gone over the ships, and they appear to be in decent condition. If they are crewed, we could commission them into service with our own fleet. Small fleet of marauders. Is there, like, there's not an option for us to give these back to the Gwolferp? Alright, well. We'll take the fleet then. What's our worst research topic? Still engineering. What do we get from that? 1.5 in ceramo metal materials. Well, that's as far as we're going there. Grinding lattice. Break 2 is crisscrossed by overlapping mineral composites bands that are elevated above the harsh surface by tall, flexible pylons. Constantly agitated by atmospheric winds, these pylons sway and the overlapping bands rub together to produce sonic waves at what are, to the Felonians, inaudible frequencies. Where is this? Break sounds familiar. Okay, well that's Break 2, obviously. Okay, that's where I thought it was. So this is like home turf. Science Officer Thurl reports some difficulty in isolating this audio from the natural background noise of the planet, but notes that the mineral bands, should we choose, be broken down and efficiently recycled by the Divine Pryde. I think we need research, so let's do that. And our head researcher just leveled up. Sure. Where did this fleet go? Man, I was all ready and geared up for war. Close borders with Myron. Casus Belli on everyone. We could declare we have a Casus Belli on them. They're not actively... They are not harming relations right now. Their fleet power is inferior to us. We got those disruptors. I swear, those disruptors are the thing that saved us there. This is almost done. Pause this. Our operatives are ready to deliver damning news about the Pateri Nation to the Myron State. We have done all we can to ensure the fidelity of this misinformation and keep it from being traced back to us. Oh, this could be bad. Commence operation. We're smearing. Panerian smear campaign. The word is out. Our exaggerated truth about the Panerian Nation is now working its way through Myron diplomatic channels. Our operatives have worked to ensure the Panerian Nation will have a hard time regaining any trust they might have earned. Excellent. Stupid void worms. He's just like hanging out. Well, I can't claim any of these systems because what are these guys? The next Combine has claimed them. We might, oh, like, this is crazy. The only option might be war with the Penurians. Shroud is accessible. Shall we delve? Oh, you know what? We need to do some more diplomacy after this. But let's delve first. Delving into the Shroud. 950. Delve. The Shroud. As our minds sink into the Shroud, a presence blooms within us. We sense a glow that touches all things, radiating order and balance. It is the cradle of souls, and it stirs us to our core. It wants no less than enduring peace, a galaxy cured of its chaos. If we share its vision, it can forge us into bringers of harmony. It promises a bond of unbreakable trust, if only we let it shape our horizons. The hopes of the cradle press upon us. Reject the covenant and leave? Or form a covenant with the Cradle of Souls. There will be a price to pay. Upkeep when an empire within our Sonic Aura has opinion below neutral. This will make it very difficult for them to go to war. We formed a covenant. It is done. We have formed a covenant with the Cradle of Souls. Its will courses through the Divine Pryde. The impact of the Felonian psyche is already apparent. As we yearn for peaceful relations throughout the galaxy, any discord with our neighbors causes distress throughout the populace. This small disturbance is a price of our bond. According to our telepaths, the Cradle's greatest blessings are yet to come. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope they are right. We made it. Blocked until a covenant with his patron is formed. Okay. Oh wow, we have a salvaged fleet. I forgot about the salvaged fleet. Okay, so there's a cruiser. There's 2 frigates. Lancer class, frigates, cruiser. What's a raider? Well, not bad. Autocannons. Meh. Still quite powerful. Do you have anyone we can send to command them? No. But perhaps we use them on this Void Worm and then have them guard Larkin's Singularity. Unfortunately, we can't get there. Unfortunately, we cannot get there. And where is all of our science ships? so that will return in a little less than a year. I don't think we're going to get this science ship back, unfortunately. You guys hang out right there. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Stop. The destroyers aren't quite at full strength. So... this is the 9th Rough Riders. For now. Hold near axis. We got the doorway. What is this? This is in Polkor. What can only be described as a dimensional portal has been discovered by a remote location in Polkor colony. Weather prediction algorithms noticed a strange air current, which was eventually determined to be caused by a slight leakage of atmosphere into a portal. Awesome. The rate of loss is far too small for it to make any difference to life on the colony, but the very existence of this portal raises some disturbing questions, such as, well, where does it lead to? And could something come through the portal from the other side? Yeah?
Situation log updated.
Another situation. Okay. Okay, so... oops. Let's pause that real quick. Probe the dimension. Sure. It's going to take 19 months, but we probably should figure this out. This colony's important. The next Combine has declared the Penurian nation their rival. Yeah, it might be time for us to... Where is your fleet? I must know. Although I don't think I'm destined to know, unfortunately. We've got some research, society research we can do down there. So let's do that. Research station. And we've got some alloys. Let's reinforce the fleet. That will be great. And then we've got some stuff to do. Can we? I don't understand. Blocked until the covenant with his patron is confirmed. How do we confirm? We've created a bond with a Shroud entity named the Cradle of Souls. Harmonious, it grants us crumbs of power for a price. Our telepaths theorize that the bond can be deepened by aligning our actions with the will of our patron. The Cradle aches for a galaxy free from chaos and conflict, with all its denizens bent towards an undying goal of peace. Only perfect balance will suffice. So does that mean I have to bring peace to the galaxy? Does that... What does that mean? Telepaths can't delve. We've got a ways to go. Okay. Let's do some additional diplomacy. And
Autumn air.
You want to take more direct action? Okay, well, they're not actively harming. Can we bring these guys around? I've said this before, and I've fallen into that trap. Let's give them some food. Everybody likes food.
Debe vistis.
Everybody likes food. They have superior technology. and superior economic power, but pathetic fleet power. Yeah, we've... they have closed borders with Myron State in the next Combine. So nobody's at war. We have someone improving relations. A non-aggression pact will cost us some influence. Excellent relations or 30 trust. We got 2 trust. We got a ways to go. Okay. How about the Myrons? Cordial as well. Things seem to be going well. Oh yeah. Changed +5. A little bit of trust there as well. We are improving relations. Cool. Next. Can I even declare war on the Penurian nation? Inquiring minds want to know. We could declare war. It seems like a bad thing to do.
Nostrum cum A.
Hardly sufficient, but we'll take it. Okay. 583. I mean...
Planet colonized.
Are they coming around? Is that what I'm seeing here? It seems like it. Do we get these guys all up and running? Not quite yet. Okay, so yeah, they're in the process of being built. We're at an energy negative all of a sudden. Cradle of Soul's Anguish. Attuned to the will of the cradle, the Felonian psyche is beset by dissonance, entertaining the absurdity of harmonious coexistence between all minds. In response to the current disorder of galactic affairs, a wave of psionic disturbance has coursed through the populace, causing widespread existential anguish. Oh my god! We're working on forming that federation, but that's going to be very difficult to come back from, you guys. Gorlif leveled up. He's missing an action right now? Sure. I don't think we're gonna get him back. Oh, wait. Yeah, 128 days. Alright. Poor Cole. Oh, man. Got some work to do here. This mining world. Just a tiny little bit of workers. What is this? Nascent locust? Oh gosh. Let's do that. Wegmore. These colonies just are not growing. I'm clearly doing something wrong, but I don't know what it is. We spent all of our minerals? Yeah, we're lacking minerals. Okay. We blew through all of our minerals, helping out our newly founded colonies. Matar is still fledgling. Breslin is still fledgling. Do we need to, like, resettle some more people? Seems like it. Tons of workers. Where do we send these guys? Well, we don't have the energy to. Oh my goodness. Don't we have a council edict that we can help get some... Yeah. It's going to come at a cost to our unity. So our edict fund is now back to bare minimum. But it feels like that's what it's come to here.
Relaying transmission.
An anomaly in Sudatin, okay. Numistic Order. Drink from the Numistic Well. Show us your wares. What do you want? Trusted guard ship. She was chosen by the goddess herself to escort blessed cargo across the galaxy. 2,500 energy credits. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It seems like holding us out of a war, in this case, is going to do more harm than good, almost. Which is... I never thought that I would say that, but... Oh gosh. Abandoned Grolferp habitat. We've discovered the remnants of a half-finished Grolferp space habitat close to orbit of Bera 6 inside our borders. Evidently, at some point, the Grolferp raiders attempted to establish a permanent presence in the Bera system, but for whatever reason, this endeavor was abandoned. Due to its close proximity to Bera 6, the unfinished habitat eluded detection during our initial survey of the system. It's little more than a dense collection of space junk at this point. But there are a lot of valuable minerals in the wreckage that could be salvaged. Yeah, salvaged everything we can use. 400 minerals is great. Caravaneers. Our starbase in the Hyken system reports that Winds of Fortune fleet has evacuated and abandoned a derelict ship, now in an unstable orbit around the system's central star. Oh my gosh. Search abandoned caravaner ship.
Situation log updated.
We got another... Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is just too much. Too much to do. Too much to do. We need a construction ship. Okay. Stop what you're doing. And do this research project. And we can choose another tradition. Which is great news, because I don't really know why. Like, what tradition do we want from this? Something that gives us resources. Our economy is kind of... It's kind of tanking. So, yeah, time for another tradition. That might be good. Diplomacy. It seems like it would be very foolish to not go prosperity at this point. It's either prosperity or diplomacy, but like we're kind of on the verge of forming a federation. So that becomes an interesting discussion. Yeah, this is just too good, it seems like.
Council agenda available.
So that gives us the prosperity, or the favored society agenda, and mining station output's going to go up, which, yay. We really need population growth. I don't know how to get population growth in this, if I'm being honest. I've not had this much trouble with population growth. Although this is hopefully my second full playthrough.
Relaying transmission.
Non-aggression pact. On the next combine. Okay, so they are... Yeah, before we say yes or no to this, let's just take a look at your relationship with the other folks here. Closed borders with somebody. Okay, so they don't really get along with those guys. The Byron state has them as a vassal. Okay, interesting. Okay. This seems like it's not a bad idea, so we'll go ahead and agree. We also want to do some diplomacy here with the Myron state. Let's do a trade deal. And let's trade in information. Let's trade communications. And let's give them some food to sweeten the pot. And let's offer a trade deal here. I keep forgetting to do this. This is kind of important. We want to try and meet as many people as we can, so we get more information about... Hey, you probably already know everybody. Next. Okay, review our proposal. Yes, very good.
Say oh what puta.
This is not going to go well. Not willing to. That's fine.
Nostrum cum.
Okay. I don't know how these guys became vassals. But it's nice that they are non-aggressing right here on our border. Got tasks completed. Oh, okay. I don't understand these. I've had people say these don't matter. Like, I don't know what this gives me. It doesn't really give me any resources in the game, so maybe that's the reason why.
Construction
Communications established. We are receiving transmission from the Tuxcan Unity. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Diplomatic channels are open, and all hostilities have ceased. I didn't know that there was hostilities going on, but I get it. Ooh. These look like turtle people. We are the Tuxcan Unity, and we speak as one. Ooh, the collective consciousness has taken note of your presence. We will observe for now. Our future actions will depend on whether you are a threat or an opportunity for expansion or an unforeseen variable. There, Gestalt. Truly a blessing. Oh, can you, okay, you're headed down there now, okay. Communications, excellent. Got some more. Want to be all up in everybody's business. Now we lost one of our envoys here, but I don't. Oh, this is going insanely slow. They're very strange sounding. Marches to war. Well, do you like food? Nothing beats a home-cooked Felonian meal. Not ready to establish an embassy. It would be nice if we could, though. Okay. I don't really appreciate... Okay, so we've got some responses from our trade deals, which we'll handle in a second. But some time has passed since we established the foundation of a covenant with the Cradle of Souls. Our bond is still weak, so we still have a choice to break it or strengthen it. Our telepaths have determined that confirming the pledge will allow us to actively draw powers provided by our patron, as well as providing enhancements to our fleets and psionic aura. So we renounce the Cradle of Souls, which ends the event chain. We can't forge our own path. And if we confirm the covenant, we get a technology called Mark of the Cradle. We've discovered how to let psionic energy flow through our ships. Armed with this knowledge, we can now imbue our vessels with the powers of our patron. Ho 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 ho. Y'all in trouble now. We get 5% bonus faction resource output per 100 telepaths. We unlock this patron's covenant powers, which can be activated for the benefits of a cooldown, and we get a technology progress by 10% on psionic aura. Intensification. Yeah, this is kind of the culmination of what we've been trying to do. And the Felonians really have been pursuing this throughout their entire existence. You know, since pre-FTL days, and knowing that these creatures or these entities in the Shroud were out there. So I think it would be it would be foolish to walk away from the Cradle of Souls at this point. I mean, this has taken us almost 70 years to get here. So we're going to confirm it.
Technology researched.
We've got an aura intensification breakthrough. We've gathered enough attunement in the Shroud to gain psionic aura intensification technology to allow our psionic aura to spread into other systems, which is great. Maybe we'll start spreading over there. We have Mark of the Cradle, which unlocks Mark of the Cradle. Flow through our ships. What does that mean? Okay, so that will intensify our aura. Thought enforcement. Dear God. What does this do? Wait a second. Does this go on our ships? Yeah. And it gives us additional shield hit points. Interesting. Okay. The next Combine wants to share communications. And the Myron State. Yeah, okay. Excellent. Can we form a non-aggression pact? Sure. All right. We want to form a federation. That's going to really make the Cradle of Souls happy. Okay, so 7,200 days to do this, and 3,600 days to do faction resource output for 10 years at the price of 50s row, which we have 1.9k. I don't think we're going to run out. That's awesome. Okay. Seems like the ship designer could use a visit here. Delete that guy. We're at plus 29 energy. Can we replace this with Mark of the Cradle? Now it's at minus 15 energy, so that won't work. Now, this might be the time where the Savannah class gets updated to this new reactor. Then we add the Mark of the Cradle, and we're back to a stable design. Hey, that's cool. Naval diplomatic weight and shield hit points. Yeah, guess what we're doing? Oh, that's cool. All right. Yeah, we've got the ability to do it, so may as well. These guys here also can do it. I have not seen the Penurian fleet. I was hoping, against all hopes, that, if I'm being honest, I was hoping that we would be able to declare war. And that still might come, as they're now actively harming relations, is what it looks like. Oh, wait a second. Hey, didn't we just... Wait a second. What's going on here? There's a bird person as their leader. What is... Well, we might be going to war. They're rivaling... Yeah, okay. We'll close our borders. Okay, so this is so crazy. This is very confusing to a newer player. This is not the... What is going on? The galaxy awaits reign of chairman, and you want negotiations? Dude, like what? We'll declare rivalry too. Yeah, I don't really see a. Maybe I'll get a chance. Maybe I'll get a chance. I don't think it's going to be in this incident, but I don't really see. Scraps of power. Our patron, the Cradle of Souls, has deposited a fraction of its energy in a fold of the Shroud, ready for the taking. Our close bond will allow us to safely absorb this power. A number of candidates have been selected, but only one of them can be granted the privilege to wield the power of our patron. We must decide who it shall be. Okay, well, what is this power? Well, it'll be the High Thearch. It is done. As the power was invested in Lyfriz, all those around could feel the weight of its psionic presence. It is powerful and commands respect. He will now be the Immortal Champion of the Cradle of Souls. Lyfriz 1. Does that mean that he's immortal? Like, he's not going to die? Removes all negative traits from Lyfriz. Removes psychic traits from Lyfriz. Gains a Chosen of the Cradle trait, granting the following effects. The leader's immortal. Faction resource output 30%. Diplomatic acceptance plus 10%. I guess I made the right choice. Wow. I don't know what faction resource output is, but I imagine it's... Dang. Yvzurek Council. Yeah, see, the Penurian leader is a Yvzurek. That is super confusing. Sweet. You guys have some food. Oh, that does suck, though. Lyfriz, the High Thearch. He's chosen of the Cradle. It's a little weird, but okay. So he's always on the council. Oh, that's awesome. Doesn't say that he's immortal anywhere, does it? Where is his heir? His heir is going to be severely disappointed. Isn't he? Oh, that's too bad. Sorry, Dad just became immortal. He became immortal, so you're never going to be leader. Sorry, Geshtith. That's too bad. Let's see if our resources bump up. Power bumped up. It seemed like. Maybe I'm wrong. I should probably find out what faction resource output is. Oh.
Relaying transmission.
Okay. I'm not quite ready for that. Do you hear Numa calling? Maya he, Maya who? No, not interested. Sorry. Asteroid triplets. Thorol, oh, what are you doing? Has discovered that the asteroids deposited in the Sudeton system possess highly unstable magnetic fields, causing them to ricochet haphazardly off the system's existing magnetospheres. Interesting. Thorol stabilized them by adding magnetic compensators to each asteroid, regulating their trajectories and thus making them amenable to resource extraction. Hey, and we're going to get some... Wow. Fancy. We're looking at... Yeah, the abandoned caravaneer ship. I don't think we're going to get that done, unfortunately. We're just going to kick it off. I don't care. Oh, there is there. Oh, that's the new Mystic Order. I want to know where their fleet is.
Council agenda ready.
Might over matter. And we just got a new agenda. This might actually be what we need to do because of that horrible minus 10%, or maybe it's minus 20% population, the anguish for not being at peace. Do we have the chance to do? Yeah. All right. It'll give us some happiness at least. Let's look at faction... Is this the resource output that we're looking at? It's really hard to tell.
Special project complete.
The Autochthon Monument. Cool. Oh, there's too many different things. Espionage and covert activity. Yeah, I think we have to do that, even though it's going to be like 9.5 something odd years. Our research is pitiful, isn't it? Oh. I can't do that either. Interesting. Oh, that's done. That's why. It's green. There's green text next to it, Unc. Built some mining stations there. Felonian Defense Force has been upgraded. The 5th. $30 corvettes. Didn't really change much. We didn't really have that many shields on these things anyways. We're mostly rocking the armor, so maybe not the best choice, but kind of need to integrate it. Are we ready to upgrade these guys? Yeah.
Ships upgraded.
Okie doke. High energy dimension. Lots of stuff going on in the outer reaches. We forgot to form a sector here, too. A thought occurs. The dimensional portal on the Polkor colony leads to a dimension of pure energy, a small amount of which can be siphoned through the portal for our own use. The procedures used to handle discrete packets of energy have also potential use as a weapons system. Plasma throwers. Groovy. Polkor. Crazy. Divine Sovereign. Haha. The immortal entity known as Lyra is previously Felonian, but now something far more has attracted a large, devout following in the Divine Pryde. Worshipped by many as a supreme deity, a call has gone out to officially crown the High Thearch as permanent ruler of our great empire, now and into perpetuity. I don't know what to say, aside from... Okay, so we'll get... Alright, so... He'll remain as High Thearch, but these sycophants, for whatever reason, if they decide, or if we decide to let them, the Divine Pryde shifts their ethics towards fanatic authoritarianism, which is less fanatic spiritualists and more authoritarian. The Divine Pryde shifts its ethics towards spiritualist, changing government authority to Transcendent Imperium, which I thought we did, but I guess we did not. And added a civic of Divine Sovereign. Government is unlocked. May his reign stretch into infinity and beyond. Not quite Buzz Lightyear, but I'll take it. I hope this works out for us, but an immortal leader is not a bad idea. Available council positions. We have to reform the entire council. Okay, well, the High Thearch, Lyra, has ascended. Kind of. I mean, yes, technically he ascended. Okay, we got a head of research, a minister of defense, a minister of state, a divine conduit, experimentation overseer, and a shroud speaker. Weird. Okay. Well, I think we need a head of research, and I think we need a minister of defense, and I think we need a minister of state. And I think we need... This just gives job efficiency for psionic pops. Unity produced per 100 test subjects. Sure. Let's make a Shroud speaker. Oh. Can we expand the council? Oh, there's a lot of them. I'm not going to read through all of that. Yes, we can. And we didn't even begin it anyway, so let's expand the council. State, research, defense, Shroud speaker, head of research. You're a polluter, so you're not... Yeah. That's probably a stupid decision, but... Who's the Minister of State? It's Ganthara. I don't know if this guy's immortal as well. He might be. I've kind of forgotten. It's a big brain. It's the big brain on our society here. Let's see. Yeah, Gestith is still the best for Minister of Defense, I think, despite his young age. And then we need a Shroud speaker. No, he's not psychic at all. He's probably one of our older. Kalat. Yeah, he's been the spy master for a long time. Yoda good. Okay. Wow, that changes quite a few things, I think. Let's do some sector management here. Not quite ready to do that. Ubo Glilit. Ubo Glilit in the frontier sector. Upoglilit. And we'll edit the sector. Seems legit, actually. Go in here. And the head of research could rule this sector, I suppose, even though he's not really very well qualified for it. Unity, I guess. Call this the Far Reaches sector. And on we go. Old with defects, likely due to the vessel.
Special project complete.
Likely due to the vessel being a civilian transport, the shipboard databases were not fully scrubbed as part of the decommissioning process, so while nothing else of value was found aboard the ship, our data scientists have managed to recover partial references to unknown alien technologies. Rare crystal manufacturing. Okay. 9th Rough Riders are there. This guy can just go home. Oh, no, there's some work to do on Astrakhan. Plenty of work to do on Astrakhan, actually. And plenty of work to do on Sudatin, now that I see that. Days. I can't get a fleet over here is the problem. Because of Tibacor, this Crossroads Nebula is just... Like, all of my military here is in the Sudatin and Wegmore sectors. So I can't... My hands are tied, you guys. They're listening. The unenlightened civilization on Astral Planet... I'm sorry, Astral Planet just sounds like a name for a faux alien civilization that gets referenced in an obscure B-52 song. How's that for obscure? The unenlightened civilization on the astral planet has somehow intercepted and deciphered a series of communications emanating from our orbital observation post. These orbital observation posts, I just gotta say, are not good ideas. If you want to leave pre-FTLs alone, don't build an observation post. Don't put anything in their system, and don't travel through the system, and just don't touch them. They're currently studying a message of a very personal nature between an agent on board the observation post and an unknown recipient from our capital. The unfortunate leak has highlighted gaps in our security protocols. Yeah, it seems like these observation posts are nothing but sieves that leak advanced FTL technology to pre-FTL civilizations. That has been my experience. Thank you, Stellaris. The unfortunate leak has highlighted gaps in our security protocols. Just said that. We should have been more careful. Yes. Yes, you should have. Identify the leaks, remotely scrub their data repository. This is just going to get... Yeah, we should have been more careful. Oops. They are now increased awareness, Geroid, on the astral planet. Oh, hey, observational insights. We have another situation. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. That's fine. That's one of those things that I've never had a good experience with that. Oh, hey, the Ark. Oh no. What is going on here? Ubogleet, the small moon. A routine ecological study of our colony on Ubogleet has stumbled upon a strange fungal life form. Oh, lovely. The science team reports that the surface of the mycelium is shimmering and colorful, but what was most intriguing to them was the fact that separate clusters were seemingly communicating with one another whenever something occurred within a wide radius. Furthermore, the biology of the organism appears to be clearly alien to the ecosystem of the colony. So somebody put it there, or maybe we brought it there because, you know, cats just track whatever they have on their feet, wherever they go. Furthermore, biology of the organism appears to be clearly alien to the ecosystem of the colony. Puzzled, the science team has requested specialized support as we might be dealing with a sentient species of mushrooms. Dispose of them? Could use the food. No, not really. I mean, it's only -10. Take a closer look. And I feel like that's going to launch a space mushroom. Alright. Didn't launch anything. Oops. What did I do? Well, there's the colony Ubogleet in all of its glory. And with Lyra's One now being the permanent leader of the Divine Pryde, and our government changing, and this weird mushroom discovery, this feels like a good place to conclude Incident 8. So I think that's what we're going to do. Thanks for watching along, guys. It's been a pleasure to have you. Thanks for all of the views and the subscriptions. It's been really cool to see the channel grow a little bit. I'm really enjoying this playthrough. I didn't mean for it to be an Ironman playthrough, but I'm actually kind of happy that it is now. because it's really made the stakes a little bit higher. And I think, unless I'm missing something about regular, I might stay with Ironman from now on. It just makes sense. So anyways, thanks again. And don't forget, as you go about your day, hit somebody with kindness, and we'll see you next time.